Helsinki, the capital of Finland since 1812. Whether you're visiting for a day or a month, there's plenty to feast your eyes upon. For decades now, it's been known as a place of peace. So surrender to Finnish culture and enjoy trips to some of the largest and most significant cathedrals and historical monuments the country has to offer. Helsinki is noted as one of the coldest cities in the world. During winter, it doesn't receive sunshine for a consecutive 52 days. This, although slightly daunting as a prospect, means it is a beautiful city in the winter months, with many Christmas markets and festive seasonings throughout the streets and public gardens. It is an ideal escape when looking for the textbook example of a city winter wonderland. Take a walk down the streets and stroll through the many striking parks. Being a city which embraces the world of arts, there are musical happenings throughout the year. Or, if you want to excite your artistic side, then there are plentiful museums as well as the artistic history which floods the city dating back centuries. The architectural brilliance which surrounds Helsinki is an aspect of the municipal you simply cannot miss. Throughout history, Finnish architects such as C.L. Engel, Alvar Aalto and Saarinen have reshaped the city, meaning you will be captured by a meeting of contemporary, neoclassical and romanticism designs as you explore. Helsinki as a region comprises of around 300 islands, interconnected with a maze of bridges or accessible by only a short boat trip. It stretches along the entire northern shore of the Gulf of Finland, with many amazing views to be seen, attracting travellers from all over the globe. The Archipelago Trail is a geographical highlight, encompassing the whole span of the city as well as more of Finland's islands. Being an extremely diverse metropolitan, you can lose yourself in the relaxed culture of the Finns. There's something here for everyone. With churches built into the rockside and a traditional cultured atmosphere, take a walk down the Finnish steps and see all that Helsinki has to offer. The city of Helsinki was founded by King Gustavus Vasa of Sweden in 1550. It was initiated as a new trading post in southern Finland and a competitor to Tallinn in Estonia. The Hanseatic city is on the opposite shore of the Gulf of Finland. Helsinki didn't succeed in competing with the great port of Tallinn. The actual rise of the city occurred in 1748, when the offshore fortress known as Suomenlinna was built by Sweden as a way of combating Russia's growing power in the Baltic. Regrettably, however, this didn't work, and Finland was sacrificed and surrendered to Russia. Today, Helsinki is home to approximately 1.3 million inhabitants, but still statistically the thinnest populated country in Europe after Brussels. The official Swedish name of the city of Helsinki is Helsingfors, derived from the name Helsing. This refers to the surrounding parish, whilst Fors is the Swedish name for rapids, which ran through the original village. It's considered a relatively young city by European standards, but since the Russian invasion in 1809, the power and influence of the population has vastly grown. Helsinki is not the original capital of Finland. Turku, on the edge of the Baltic Sea, which stands as the largest and oldest city in the country, was considered the original capital until 3 years following the Russian conquest of Finland in 1809. The county governor of the Uusimaa and Häme provinces, Gustav Fredrik Stjernvall, suggested that the capital should be moved to Helsinki, and in 1812 the Emperor of Russia, Alexander I, agreed with the relocation. The transfer of the Grand Duchy of Finland also followed. It was believed that the relative lack of Swedish influence in Helsinki, combined with its greater closeness to Saint Petersburg, would make a Finnish government headquartered there easier to control. Stjernvall wrote a letter specifying his reasons for favouring the location of Helsinki. These included the proximity of the city to new and old Finnish towns, the large harbour, and the potential to become a flourishing centre of foreign trade. The fortress of Sveaborg also ensured the capital was less vulnerable from overseas attacks. The city was rebuilt by Russian authorities with the intention to transform it into a stylish modern capital along the lines of Saint Petersburg. It was centrally designed by Helsinki's major architect C.L. Engel. The city began its restoration with Senate Square, flagged by what is considered the symbol of Helsinki, the Lutheran Cathedral. From this central point, the city expanded and grew around it. It was this transformation that consolidated Helsinki's new role and helped kickstart the city's growth. In 1917, Finland declared its independence. This was immediately followed by civil war. At the end of January 1918, the government was forced to flee Helsinki, but in May, the war ended with victory for the government troops, led by General C.G.E. Mannerheim. Although the end of the war posed many challenges for the capital of the young independent republic, it did lead to the reshape and rebuild of the independent country. Monuments, such as Senate Square and the Helsinki Lutheran Cathedral, mark the making of this new municipal. During the 19th century, Helsinki became the economic and cultural centre of Finland. Since the people who moved in from the countryside mostly spoke Finnish, it progressively became the city's most dominant language, and now Swedish speakers are a small minority. In the 1970s and 1980s, many new suburbs were built around Helsinki, and residents celebrated their Helsinki spirit, a term used for Cold War détente. Since then, Helsinki has prospered as an international city with a flourishing cultural existence. It is the seat of national parliament and official home to the president. In 1995, Helsinki secured ties with Europe and became a member of the European Union. The city's distinctive East meets West culture is symbolised in the contrast between the cool, clean lines of Finlandia Hall and the rich golden onion dome of Uspensky Cathedral. Right up until late 19th century, there was a clear division between north and southern Helsinki. Esplanade Park, opened in 1812, was originally intended to act as the borderline for this decision. On the northern side walked the individuals who were determined to retain Finland's Swedish roots. On the southern side, reputed to be the more relaxed side of the city, held the footsteps of the Finns who wanted to break away towards the future and adapt along with the newly found independence. Every city and country has national icons, individuals or objects which they admire and from whom they can restore their hope within. Helsinki is no different. Saint Nicholas is one of Finland's most recognisable national icons, particularly within the Lutheran and Orthodox communities. He is known as the Wonder Maker, and symbols around the city are thought to be miracle-working. Before Finland's independence, the Lutheran Cathedral in Senate Square was called St. Nicholas Cathedral and was a tribute to the Grand Duke. Helsinki is recognised as a city in which many different views can interact in a constructive setting. It has been forever thought of as a place of peace. The Finlandia Hall has hosted many international summit meetings, including the Conference for Security and Cooperation in Europe in 1975. Finland has held the EU presidency in 1999 and 2006. During the same year, Helsinki also hosted the ASEM 6 Summit, the largest convention held in Finland to date. Helsinki was one of 9 European cities of culture in 2000. The city received additional cultural visibility internationally when it successfully hosted the Eurovision Song Contest in 2007, and most recently when it was recognised as the World Design Capital for 2012. There's no better place to begin an adventure in Helsinki than the centre from which it all started as the new capital of Finland, the Rautatientori Square. The Athenaeum Museum, also known as the Palace of a Million Marks, is situated in the centre of Helsinki, within the Rautatientori Square. It was built in 1887 and designed by Theodor Hoy. The name Athenaeum is based on the Greek goddess of wisdom, warfare, divine intelligence, architecture and crafts, Pallas Athena. Athenaeum suggests it to be a much-deserved shrine for her. The architecture of the building, teamed with the collections inside, show Finnish and international art in its prime. Before even entering this museum, pay attention to the brilliant facade that overflows with symbolic sculptures and detail. Sculptor Carl Ennius Jostrand definitely sets the standard of the museum with his impressive creation of the exterior. Above the entrance, you'll see busts of 3 famous classical artists: architect Bramante, painter Raphael, and sculptor Phidias. Above these are 4 caryatids, or female figures, each holding a symbol representing the 4 classical art forms: architecture, painting, sculpting, and music. These caryatids support the triangular tympanum, where a collage shows the goddess Pallas Athena blessing down upon the products of the 4 different art forms. If this wasn't enough, the decoration is completed with the Latin quote, Concordia res parva crescunt, which denotes the long battle of the Finnish art circles between fine and applied arts in the creation of this diverse museum. You'll also notice that between the windows of the 2nd floor there are several reliefs of Finnish and international artists, sculpted by Ville Valgren. The decoration of the building alone teases you to explore inside the country's finest art museums, regularly attracting swarms of art enthusiasts, tourists and locals. The Atheneum Museum was initially designed and built for two schools, the Finnish Academy of Fine Arts and the University of Art and Design, but it now houses the largest collection of classical art in Finland. The museum was placed under government administration in 1990, which resulted in the art collections being divided between the Atheneum Museum and the Kiasa Museum of Contemporary Arts, another major museum in Helsinki. Works spanning from the Gustavian period of mid-18th century right up until the 1950s are stored within the Atheneum. These include paintings and sculptures by some of the country's most favoured artists, such as Akseli Gallen-Haljelia and Helena Sjöfbeck, as well as a comprehensive collection of prints and drawings. The Atheneum is not simply a Finnish art museum, but has Nordic and European prints and a substantial collection of international art pieces, including those by Vincent van Gogh, Paul Gauguin and Edvard Munch. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, the museum tried to expand to a European level, but to this day mainly concentrates on Finnish products. They've had many donations throughout the decades, including that of Herman Frithjof Antel, who funded the Antel collection made up of international masters of art. The Atheneum Museum never fails to fulfill one's sensibility with the range of artists and forms of art that are displayed. The collections displayed here do not stop at the four forms of art. They also host the first and only research project which aims to study similarities and differences between the modern nations. For the first time on a European scale comes European Revivals, a project implicated in 2009, which hopes to continue until 2017. Once you've finished exploring Finland's extensive art, there are many other sites just a stone's throw away, such as the Helsinki Central Railway Station, thought to be Finland's most visited building. Helsinki's Central Railway Station was once just called Helsinki Railway Station, but was adapted due to its expansive reputation as Finland's most visited building, averaging 200,000 individuals passing through daily. Whether your adventure begins or ends in Helsinki Central Railway Station, or maybe neither, the station merits itself a visit, as there's more than enough to marvel at when you arrive. In 1904, it was decided the previous railway station was too small for the rapidly expanding scope and popularity for railways, and so a contest was opened for architects to design a new station. The winning design came from Eliel Saarinen. Saarinen originally designed the building in a national romanticist style, but due to demands for a more modern styling, he scrapped his romanticism design and put together a more modern proposal with an intricate glass roof, fluorescent lights, and the use of Finnish granite. Romanticism themes were still integrated into the construction, with finishing touches such as the large stone statues holding spherical lamps. Saarinen, who was a recent graduate in architecture, got his inspiration from the Vienna Secession movement, formed by various Austrian artists who were concerned with exploring the possibilities of art outside the confines of academic tradition. He said, if the building is lacking in balance, it is lacking in that most essential property which might make it beautiful. The bold and empowering features of the structure perfectly complement each other, and after 10 years of construction, Helsinki Central Railway Station was opened in 1990. Saarinen's architecture is now one of the city's most iconic landmarks. There are many creative attributes which have been put into completing this building. These may not always be appreciated. It is easy to judge a book by its cover, but be patient, as you'll find much more to captivate you inside. However, on the exterior, two structures which cannot be overlooked are the clock tower and the impressive pair of mythical giants. These stand either side of the entrance, holding large spherical lamps which at night light up the entrance as they welcome travellers to Helsinki. They give a more personal and human touch to the appearance of this building from its otherwise quite institutional and infinite feel. From afar, they appear to guard the memorable station. These mythical statues, designed by Emil Wikström, a Finnish sculptor, have become so intrinsic with the Finnish visual vernacular that they appear in many advertising campaigns for Finland's national railway. Both the statues and clock tower coincide with the overall weighty and intense design of the station. The tower in particular is somewhat overwhelming, with its dominating height. You can notice how it is overlaid with a copper topping and features detailing the clock face surrounds. The height of the clock tower was considerately envisioned with travellers and local needs in mind. From far and wide, they can spot the clock and note the time. Throughout the decades, the railway station has had various renovations to keep it up to date. Not only can you relish in some of Finland's finest national architecture, but you can rely on this station to get you where you need to be. With the large clock tower positioned directly above the entrance, you will not be in danger of missing your train as you become absorbed by your surroundings. The Tempaliakio Church, which commonly known by its English name, the Rock Church, offers a very unconventional and interesting Lutheran place of worship within the Turku neighbourhood of Helsinki. Hidden in the ordinary residential area of Temple Square, the small church has been excavated and built into an enormous natural block of pink Finnish granite, the city's most native rock seen in architecture throughout Helsinki. Similarly to the design of the central railway station, architects and brothers Timo and Tuomo Suomalainen won a competition organised by the city for the design of the church. It was the second contest for the design, with the first being won by a J.S. Siren, who had plans to construct the church within the 1930s. However, these were understandably interrupted by World War II. Thus, the church was actually built around 30 years later, fulfilled by the work of the Suomalainen brothers. The church was finished and opened in 1969. Standing as one of the most interesting church designs across all of the Nordic countries, it is almost impossible to judge it from the outside, being quite the hidden treasure. All that can be seen from the outside is a large dome which from above looks like a UFO has lodged itself in the ground. Once inside, an enchanting vision surrounds you. One of the first things you'll notice is the large, impressive, spherical ceiling made entirely from 22 kilometres of copper plates, which creates a magnificent effect when the light hits and bounces off the rings. Connecting the dome to the solid rock walls are 180 vertical window panes bathing the church in natural light. The mix of natural and man-made features within this structure creates the ideal setting for praise and a unique home for the Lutherans of Helsinki. Due to economic reasons, the plan had to be scaled down and reduced by a quarter of the original size, but it remains a remarkable conservation. One of the central conditions within the competition was to use, protect and appreciate the giant granite outcrop left in Tempaliakio Square. There couldn't have been a more successful or original way of doing so. Even though it is mostly thought of as a church, this rock temple is frequently used as a concert venue due to the natural, unworked rock surfaces which allow for impeccable acoustics. The brothers always had the idea of leaving the interior surfaces exposed in order for a close connection to be kept with nature. However, it was thought too radical to present to the competition jury. It was conductor Pavro Berglund and acoustical engineer Mauri Parjo that shared the interest in doing so, and consequently made it into a multi-conventional church. A combination of natural and man-made materials in the rock church presents a striking and contemporary site, warranting its popularity. Receiving 500,000 visitors annually, it is one of the most recommended and admired tourist attractions of the city. This church is a genius piece of architecture, visited by worshippers, tourists, architects, music lovers and locals alike. If you're tired of wandering the city of Helsinki, Tempaliakio Church is the perfect spot from which to watch the sunset. Simply venture to the top of the rock in which the building is carved. There you can relax with the peaceful and serene view of the otherwise bustling city in front of you. A short walk from the heart of the city centre is the Katajanoka district, home to approximately 4,000 residents. One of the major sites within the district is the Uspensky Cathedral. This you wouldn't want to miss on a visit when exploring the history and culture of Helsinki. It's not only rich in antiquity and religion, but is positioned on a notable hill, giving spectacular views over the city, including sights of the market square. This is also where Helsinki's first ever Orthodox church stood, the Church of the Holy Trinity. The Russian architect Alexei Gornostayev was commissioned to design Uspensky Cathedral to replace the small Church of Holy Trinity. It was built to give the Orthodox population within Finland a bigger and more spectacular place of worship. After 11 years of planning and construction, stands what is considered as the largest Orthodox cathedral in Western Europe. Sadly, Gornostayev died just before construction started in 1862. It was finished 6 years later in 1868. Uspensky Cathedral was based on a 16th century church built in Moscow and is a dedication to the Dormition of the Theotokos, Virgin Mary. The name Uspensky is derived from the Old Church Slavonic word uspeni, which signifies the Dormition. As you stand outside the cathedral, notice the modest yet striking sights of Roman and Russian architecture, which combine to become an architectural gem easily spotted from many points in Helsinki. It has 13 green and gold onion domes, representing Christ and his 12 apostles, with the central golden dome being supported by 4 monolithic granite pillars. These add to the vast and rich ether inside. The fact that Uspensky Cathedral is the largest Orthodox cathedral in Western Europe is unsurprising as you approach it. The sheer height and weight of the building will make you feel like you've shrunk in size. Even the deep red bricks used within the building have a story to tell. They were recovered from the ruins of the Bormasund fortress that was destroyed during the Crimean War in 1854, selected for the cathedral due to their durability to withstand the unforgiving Finnish climate. Venturing round to the back of the cathedral, you'll see a commemoration plaque, which is in remembrance of the Russian Emperor Alexander II, who served as the monarch of the Grand Duchy of Finland during the time of the cathedral's assembly. As you enter the cathedral, you'll be impressed by the vast amount of detail that absorbs your attention. If you thought the main dome was striking on the outside, the beauty of it inside will take your breath away. The cathedral is swarmed with traditional Orthodox decorations, rich colours, golden highlights, and of course, the beautiful selection of chandeliers which are impossible to overlook. There's so much to admire within this masterpiece, an afternoon just appreciating the attention to detail will pass by very quickly. Uspensky Cathedral is home to many Orthodox icons, one of which is the original icon of the Theotokos of Kozelchan. This is considered as a miracle worker by many Orthodox people in Finland, but was once stolen and buried for months before being found, conserved, and passed through many Finnish Orthodox churches. It now remains firmly in this cathedral, where it's found its home. The Uspensky Cathedral is a marvellous piece of architecture, streaming with antiquity and entrancing background stories. But this is not the only destination with such attributes. Now we enter where the city began its rebuilding, the Senate Square, where the true symbol of Helsinki lies. A building which has come to be the most iconic symbol of Helsinki is the Lutheran Cathedral, also known simply as the Helsinki Cathedral. Situated right at the heart of the city is this neo-classical masterpiece within Senate Square, a square established to act as the centrepiece from which the city grew around it. All throughout the year, this religious and historic destination is visited by Lutheran worshippers, which make up about 83% of Helsinki's population, as well as tourists. It is thought to be the largest landmark of Helsinki, drawing in about 350,000 tourists a year, all of whom come to marvel in the building from which such an extraordinary city takes its glory. Built between 1830 and 52 by a German architect, Karl Ludwig Engel, it was originally intended as a tribute to the Tsar of Russia, Saint Nicholas, and until the independence of Finland in 1917, it was named St. Nicholas Cathedral. Engel's neoclassical design for the new city centre sparked off the epithet, the White City of the North. Unfortunately, Engel passed away before the cathedral was finished, so Ernst Lohrmann, the successor of Engel, was appointed to finish it. He built zinc statues of the 12 Apostles, which are now the largest unique set of zinc statues in the world. They line the roof of the cathedral as if to overlook the visitors and the surroundings. Lohrmann's influence on the cathedral means that the association with St. Isaac's Cathedral in Saint Petersburg is more apparent, as it mimics the 4 smaller green domes. Stepping inside the cathedral, you may be surprised by how minimalist it appears compared to the elaborate presentation outside, but it does have several treasures to be seen. The altarpiece dates back to the 1880s and is definitely the focal point of the room. Lavished in golden detail, it has 2 angel statues that sit either side. Just in front of the cathedral is what is known locally as the cliff edge, because to unsuspecting tourists, the steep flight of steps looks like a sheer drop. These steps are what can be considered a less famous version of the Spanish steps in Rome, giving the perfect place to rest and enjoy the beauty of Senate Square and the city which surrounds you. On a clear day, the city panorama can be seen in its entirety from the high peak within the main tower of the cathedral, including sites such as the harbour, Uspensky Cathedral, and of course Senate Square. There's also the monumental statue of Alexander II, which sits below the steps from the cathedral in the centre of the square. This statue of Alexander II, built in 1894, is designed to honour the freedom and independence of Finland from Russia, which was accelerated by changes which he initiated. It also commemorates the re-establishment of what is known as the Diet of Finland. The statue consists of Alexander on a pedestal, surrounded by figures representing law, culture, and peasants. During the year of 1917, after Finland's independence, there was controversy about the statue, as there were requests for it to be removed or replaced. But to this day, it stands directly in the centre of the city as a mark of the historic relationship between Finland and Imperial Russia. Esplanade Park acts as the borderline between the active commercial side of the city and the more peaceful, relaxed southern area. It is a popular destination for both locals and tourists due to the variety of attractions that it offers. Here you may enjoy a quiet picnic with friends or family away from the bustling city, explore the popular shopping district which surrounds the park, or for music lovers, zone out to one of the many music performances which take place here. A visit to Helsinki is not considered complete without experiencing the serene atmosphere which comes with the Esplanade Park. Situated between the two lively shopping streets, officially named Poggiose Planadi, meaning the North Esplanade Street, and Etele Splanadi, South Esplanade Street, this large green area becomes very busy during the summer season because of its east-west face direction. It is known as the prime spot for catching the rare Helsinki sun rays, and it's lined with cafes and restaurants. The nearby Café Capelli is considered one of the most popular cafes in Northern Europe. Built in the 1860s, it's grown itself a substantial status with its romantic appearance of large glass panels and ironwork, and of course, the fantastic food. This is an idyllic place to enjoy live music performances, which embrace the park on the outdoor stage directly in front of the cafe. Here, there's everything you need for a pleasurable afternoon where you can catch a glimpse of the more relaxed Finnish culture at your leisure. The park was originally opened in 1812. Back then, there was a separation of the people between northern and southern Helsinki, as the people who advocated retaining Finland's Swedish roots walked on the northern side of the esplanade, whereas the southern side was dominated with individuals wanting to break away and look to the future of a new Helsinki, and it very quickly grew a reputation as one of the hotspots of the city, a place where the bourgeoisie would take a stroll each Sunday afternoon in their extravagant clothes. Amidst the many groups of people sitting and socialising on the grass all around Esplanade Park, you'll find many historic statues and monuments which tell their own tales and play an important part within the local traditions. The east side of the park ends with a fountain and statue of Heivis Amanda. This depiction of the naked sensual lady, who was said to symbolise Helsinki, was erected in 1908, but caused significant uproar when it was considered too provocative. During the 1920s, the fuss calmed down, and she was integrated into the nearly 100-year-old tradition of placing a student cap on the head of the statue to mark the beginning of the annual Spring Festival on 1st of May. The park is decorated with statues which pay respect to numerous Finnish poets and writers. At the western end stand statues of the writer Zacharias Topelius and of the poet Aino Laino. It's also home to the first ever public monument of Helsinki, the statue of Finland's national poet J.L. Runeberg. This impressive monument is centred in the middle of Esplanade Park. The Finnish national anthem came from the words of J.L. Runeberg. Accordingly, this park commemorates many of the country's creative legends and is the ideal place to escape the heavy history and busy centre of Helsinki to appreciate the opposing side. It's not just in its prime during the summer season. For a festive and beautiful Christmas market, this is the place to go. When the weather gets crisp and frost settles on the ground, wrap up warm and admire the park as it becomes a winter wonderland. With over 120 stalls, you can find all sorts of Christmas specialities, with plentiful crafts and baked treats that'll help you to transcend into the festive mood. Follow the southern end of the park as it leads on to the famous market square and harbour, where you can exit to find out more about real Finnish culture. The market square, more commonly known by the Finns as Kaupatori Square, is one of the largest and most famous markets in Finland. It's situated in close proximity to Esplanade Park and Senate Square, forming the heart of architect Carl Ludvig Engel's vision for the early 19th century New Helsinki. Neighbouring the harbour, locals, tourists and tradesmen have enjoyed the sea air and fine food here since the market became active during the 18th century. In this square is an obelisk known as the Stone of Empress. It was created and erected in 1835 by K. Engel, shortly after the Russian Empress Alexandra visited and in commemoration of the occasion. During the Russian Revolution, it was toppled over in 1917, but decades later was fully restored, and now a gilt two-headed eagle on the bronze globe crowns the obelisk. From spring to autumn, Market Square is filled with wise locals sharing their stories with passing tourists as they relish the many stalls and traditional Finnish food vendors. During the summer, you'll find tables bathed with fresh berries, whilst the winter season sees hot pastries and warm drinks on offer. Heated cafe tents to keep you warm from the harsh Finnish winter are also a commonplace sight. The height of Market Square's popularity is in early October, when the annual Baltic Herring Festival celebrates everything about one of the Finns' favourite foods. If fish is not your preferred taste, then the market hall accompanying Kaupatori Square will have everything you need. Throughout the year, this market attracts people not only for the stunning views of the historic buildings and architecture, but for the busy harbour, bringing in the city's impressive ships and boats, and the delicious foods on which to feast, ranging from fresh salmon steaks to reindeer meat. This square is also famous for its pastries, claiming to be the best in Helsinki and Finland. Tourists and locals visiting here often indulge themselves with a spot of retail therapy. Favourite fashion purchases including various furs, some of which are unique to Helsinki. Excluding the overflowing Finnish foods and momentum which Kaupatori Square offers, its main attraction lies within its proximity to many other of the city sites. The Presidential Palace, dating from 1820, is on your left on the western side of the square, whilst close to the boundary of Esplanade Park stands the Town Hall, which was originally a private members' club and hotel until it was reincarnated and transformed in 1930. Once you've indulged in a warm pastry and a hot beverage, and are filled with a sense of Finnish tradition, pamper another sense by visiting the main congress and venue hall of Finland. Finlandia Hall, designed by the architect Alvar Aalto, also known as the father of modernism, in 1962, it was finished and opened 9 years later. With a stunning modern and contemporary approach, Finlandia Hall contrasts Helsinki's older, more traditional and historic buildings. Standing with its high status, its primary role is as the leading congress, event and entertainment setting in Finland. In the past, it's been host to countless events and international congresses, and is considered the best and most significant venue in the whole of Finland. Attracting tourists during the full course of the year, they come to gaze upon the magnificent architecture and perhaps marvel in one of the many activities which take place. When Helsinki was crowned the capital of Finland in the beginning of the 19th century, a restructuring and rebuild of the city began, and through the following decades, monuments and landmarks were designed and erected by the city's most recognised architect, C.L. Engel. These include the Helsinki Cathedral and Senate Square you've already appreciated. This square sparked ideas within Alvar Aalto's mind to create a secondary quadrangular within the city, to face towards Tulo Bay, flanked by a concert and congress hall, opera house, an art museum, and the city library. This square takes precedence as being the most acquiescent for the world of arts. In the year of 62, Aalto began his triumph and designed Finlandia Hall, modifying the architecture to enable the building to have unspoiled acoustics, and unlike much architecture, Alvar Aalto actually designed every single interior feature, from lighting to flooring materials. The design coincides with Aalto's ethic for architecture. It serves as the background for human beings. Therefore, it's not about vivid colours and startling forms of interior which should attract attention, but instead focuses on its functionality as a space for the audience and the performers. Finlandia Hall is understandably considered as one of the most natural and honest buildings in the city, with a pure and respectable design. Centrally located near Parliament House and the Finnish National Museum, this building cannot be missed by its dominating white marble structure and modern architectural influence. From observation of the outside, you may notice the marble plates that are twisted. It's not an intentional design, but merely the result of the unforgiving Finnish climate on the material. Carrara marble was Alvar Aalto's favourable material, as he owned the marble mine in Italy, and the use of any other surface material would be considered blasphemous against his architecture. Finlandia Hall is a magnificent piece of architecture and a fine example of the 1970s design of modern man. It is a faultless venue hall for concerts and other such occasions, being the leading congress hall in Finland and one of the landmarks which most signifies the independence of Finland and the reshaping of the beautiful city of Helsinki. Helsinki has undoubtedly come a long way since it was first founded in 1550. Through its invasion by Russia and its independence, the city and country has long since been revamped and has turned over a new leaf. Recognition definitely has to go to the architect C.L. Engel, who had the whole design of the city centre resting on his shoulders, whilst the remarkable and unmissable Senate Square and Helsinki Cathedral are definitely worth merit. Collectively, Helsinki has come together as a city and now relishes its liberation. With lots to see, do and experience for visitors of every age, it is a superb destination for all sorts of trips. Dive into the significant location of peace and explore the depths of Nordic history, or relax within one of the attractive parks with some of Finland's delicacies. Whether you're looking to enjoy a city break, a resettlement, or a business trip, it doesn't matter what reason you have for visiting such a marvel of a city. All who visit here will most certainly find something to hold on to and remember for the rest of your travels. With many sights to see in this city, the exploration through the most historically significant locations, paying attention to the many museums, cathedrals and churches, as well as the creative and inspirational regions of Helsinki, you can experience the markets, music and artistic elements that embrace every visitor to this most unique capital city of the world.